Okay, it's Dan Perez. This is what I've done so far to get some coolant in my Vixen turbo diesel. So I could fill up the overflow here, but I got only a couple gallons in. And so I followed the manual, which was to apply pressure to this tank, but also to take the hose in and to cap it, but apply pressure to it. So I bought a two-way valve. So the side going to, let me get a light. So the side going up to the overflow tank, I closed that valve, and the other side I opened, and that valve I ran a tube up and put a funnel on top of it here. Now the trick is that you would pressurize the tank and it would push the coolant down through the hose, and it would push air out through that small hose coming at the back of the tank. So now the air will be rerouted. So the hose to the tank is closed. The air is rerouted up through this hose up to the funnel, so I can see air coming out and a little water when it finishes. And then what I did is I basically took this guy and I took the overflow hose and I just hooked it up here so I could turn it on, and it'd blow air through the overflow into the tank. And all I did was I just put my hand over top of it like this and felt the pressure build. And as the pressure built, I could hear the air coming out of here. And I would let it do that for a while, and I would stop and I'd put my finger in. I could see it needed some more coolant, so I would put some more coolant in, and I'd just keep repeating. And finally I'd have air coming out of here and start spitting coolant. And then finally coolant came out here with no air. So then what I did was I just topped this off and put the cap back on. I have managed to get 4 gallons of coolant in the system so far. It says it's supposed to hold 5.5 gallons. Now I'll keep trying, and what I did too, since I drained the block, I basically cranked the engine up and let it run and let the temperature get up to probably a little under 180, because I'm a little paranoid. And then I shut it off and let it run a little, shut it off, let it run, and tomorrow I'll come through and I'll basically do it again, and I'll see if I can get another 1.5 gallons in. The coolant light is still on, low coolant light. So we'll see what happens. So that's my first try. But that little valve down there, I would say, is pretty handy. So I bought it on Amazon, and I'll put the details in. But it's it makes it a whole lot easier capping off that hose, and I guess sealing off the overflow tank, but then letting that hose, that small hose, bleed air out of the system. Okay, so there you go. We'll see what happens next try. Bye.